Crystal Charter, daughter of the Red Seal. Read and written by Rebecca Sewell. Chapter 3. The next morning, an expected knock sounded at Maebe's door. 3 rapid taps, followed by 1 solo thud. Then a flurry of motion as certainly walked in before Maebe could respond. She looked up from her breakfast, sitting on a tray in front of her, while she still lounged in the silken sheets of her bed. The heavy curtains were pulled open to let the morning light brighten the dark teal walls and shine soft morning light onto the wooden floor. Certainly was fully dressed, but that wasn't unexpected either. Her dark brown hair was a simple style, pinned around her head, her lace dress, in palest blue today, decorated with a brooch of singing birds pinned above her left breast. "Sorry to bother you." Her voice was too bright for the early hour. "I was hoping today if I could accompany to the arteries. Sarah told me that you needed to collect some clothes. I could help you and well, it would help me get to know the city better." The ruffles of fabric at her throat bobbed along with her chirpy voice. "You've lived in Elpis for nearly a year. I've been with you to the city on several occasions. Surely you know your way around the arteries by now." Maebe tried, and failed, to keep the distaste out of her voice. The arteries were a beautiful rickety part of Elpis, full of the highest quality clothes, flowers, perfumes, and cosmetics, all found in tiny wonky-looking shops of white paint and black wood. A few trees lined the streets, a rarity for inside the city walls. Around the edge of the arteries were the finest tea houses and restaurants. The area was mostly frequented by the wealthier residents, but since it was the only part of the city constructed entirely by humans, it was loved by almost all in Elpis. Certainly met Maebe's eyes for only a second, then lowered them to the dark wood floor. "Sorry, I've only been on those few times, and that was when I first moved here. It's been months since I've been in the city proper, or off the grounds at all, really." Back when Maebe's father had made an effort to try and make his new wife feel at home, that chore had been gifted to his daughter. I forgot how to get around. Sorry. Even if I went, it wouldn't be so interesting because I don't know many people in this city," Certainly explained. "You know, if you went more often, you would know more people. Then you'd have more reason to go." Maebe took a sip of tea, then winced at the scalding heat. She had needed to do something to still her tongue. An overwhelming desire to shake the woman out of her self-pity flared inside. Instead, she took a bite of fruit to cool off the burning in her mouth. "Sorry." "Stop apologizing. No one can take you seriously if you apologize for speaking your mind. Think about how you want to word things more if you're so concerned with being mistaken." She skewered another piece of pale fruit, the juice squirting out onto the dusky pink sheets of her bed. She felt her temple throb. Everything just went wrong in Certainly's presence. The look Maebe shot her silenced her mid-word. Maebe grumpily bit into the piece of fruit that had offended her, then sipped her tea again, slowly this time. When she looked up again, she found Certainly still waiting at the end of the bed, her hand atop one of the large wooden posts. Vacant smile, and something sad in her eyes, waiting for permission. Maebe swallowed, then took a deep breath to prepare herself for the goodwill she was sure she would regret. "I leave in an hour. Meet me at the main door," she sighed. "I was planning on riding, but asked Jorgen to prepare the carriage for us on your way out. Then have Elsie sent to my room. And stop waiting for instructions, like a servant. You were raised a lady, weren't you?" A rhetorical question. Certainly opened her mouth to apologize again, but before she spoke, she snapped it shut in a way that put Maebe in the image of a surprised fish. Certainly hurried out the room with a sharp nod, before Maebe decided to hurl her fork at her.